Alright, what is up guys, this is Cobb, and my goodness do we have an absolute clash of titans in today's video that's going to be extremely Rhino themed and talk about how to stop a Rhino rush when it's completely out of control. We've all been there, man. On the blue team we have good old Cast, who is actually a name that I'm more familiar with now that we have got ourselves through the Mechabellum launch clash. He was one of the competitors in that tournament. He's playing some elite specialists, so it's going to be rank 2 Rhinos coming down once the rush begins. He's already sold off a pack of Stormcallers here on the opening round and went straight into rank 2 Wasps, already bespeaking of his super aggressive intentions in this game. Meanwhile, Crag, who actually submitted this replay, is playing some quick supply specialist, man, and actually opts into just a triple Acolyte drop right at the very start, man. Oi. Okay, yeah, Master Recruit, triple Acolytes. Let's do this, man. Interesting to go completely chaffless against this. No crawlers against the Stormcallers. Maybe Craig getting the read that the Stormies are going to be sold off. Let's see what kind of start we get off to here. I do like this little layout that we've got going on with the Acolytes just in front of the Marksman like this, just kind of clearing the way of the small targets so that hopefully the Marksman can connect to sweeter meats, as Smeagol would say. Where the hell did that come from? Also, having the tanks just slightly in the front like this also ensures that they're going to soak the fire from the Stormcallers. So all in all, Craig's layout here looking pretty saucy and just pretty well laid out to deal with what he's up against here. That said, the rank 2 Wasp drop right around round 1, that's just pretty hard to deal with, right? This is pretty hard to go up against. So let's go ahead and just squiggle on through this round real fast. Hope we don't lose too many nerds here. Oh my god, I actually thought for a second there, I didn't even realize the building had died. I actually thought for a second there that we fortified our building over here somehow. As Craig, never mind, he's going to drop round 1. Craig's on the ropes, boys. How are we going to pull ourselves out of this one? I also wonder as well, are these techs going to make any kind of difference? Extended range fortress is always fun, but it's very early to commit to that. And by the way, this is like this must be like a 2K, maybe 2100 MMR game. Very high MMR stuff. A couple of top 100 players here. And so the likelihood if you go extended range fortress in a game like this, it's just going to be scouted. And your opponent is going to take that into account. You're not going to be taking anybody by surprise with like a round 3 fortress drop up. Something nutty, you know. Craig's going to decide to skip. I wouldn't be surprised if Cast went for electromagnetic impact here. To be honest, if he's planning on just going super aggressive, decides to skip in the end. That's fair enough. Meanwhile, Craig also goes ahead, picks up 2 packs of Mustangs on the backline, just covering against the Wasps on either side. He is against jump drive Wasps as well, which is why he's spreading the Mustangs out a little bit. It's not unusual for somebody going Wasp like this on round 1 to very early invest in jump drive and just like do some switcheroos, go here, and then mobile beacon into the towers for like 2 or 3 rounds before they sell the Wasps. And so the Mustang spread is just by far the safest play. Just try and kind of just tie off the bleed a little bit, man. Slow things down. As for what Cast is going to burn his 300 supply, he's just going to go straight into the Rhinos, dude. 450 supply. Rhino comes out. He's going to plop it right away on the flank. I don't think the Marksman and the Stangs have the damage. Okay, they definitely don't have the damage to get this thing dead now. The Mustangs will get distracted by a lot of the Crawlers. And the Marksman will be connecting. But honestly, perhaps Cast here just feeling like he's like maybe half a turn ahead at this point. Leaves the Wasps on the same side and is very deliberate about distracting what he suspects is going to be a Mustang drop on the back line. And so the Rhino's job here, for now at least, is just to distract the Stangs and let the Wasps get in and kill the building all over again. And that's the power, really, of just being that like half turn ahead, where you're kind of able to almost like bully your opponent or just bait your opponent into making certain plays that are, by all accounts, like by the book, the correct play to make. But it does kind of make you predictable, right? And so if you can figure out ways to stay that half turn ahead or that full turn ahead of your opponent, you can just keep them reacting. And breaking out of that cycle can be kind of rough, man. Especially, by the way, against Elite Specialists. Like, if Elite Specialist gets off to a bad start, it's a very cumbersome Specialist to try and, like, change direction on. Just because you're investing so much to slam down new army compositions and stuff. Because they're all Elite recruited no matter what. But if it's going good, like it is for Cast right now, well, it's going pretty good for Cast right now. Then it's really easy to kind of compound that lead. So, okay, man. Scorpion, Typhoon, Sabertooth, Phoenixes. Phoenixes for Crag looking pretty saucy. We'll be able to deal with Rhino Rush. It's just safe to just get some strong marksmen on the field anyway. We just saw Cell come out from Crag, actually. What did he just sell up? Ah, just sold off some of the marksmen. Okay, yeah. No point really having marksmen and Phoenixes on the same army most of the time. One or the other usually does just fine. Sabertooth probably just going to get sold off by Cast over here. On this side, actually just goes double Phoenix on this flank. Crag not playing games? Nah, he's going to go ahead and shuffle one over to the side. Okay, that's more understandable. That's more understandable, because you never know, right? Another Rhino could easily come down this side. As for Cast right now, does he just go middle here? Ooh, he's going to switch sides completely. He's just going to do the same thing again, I wonder. I always expected the Wasp to just go middle this time. It's just a bit harder to predict then. And that you can kind of wend the Wasps in, like, over this way or something. Is one way I'd anticipate him doing this. Or does he do that with a Rhino, maybe? Where's this Rhino gonna go, man? Ah, he's just gonna do the same thing again, dude. Look at this little pocket strap, man. This is why I like watching the better players, dude. The top players like this. You can totally borrow little strategies like this, man. Double recruit on the Rhino, so it's already pretty all in, man. And once again, the Stangs here on this side gonna get distracted. With it being a rank 2 Rhino, I mean, this is only doable with Elite Specialist, right? And so, in a lot of ways, this is kind of like a masterclass on how to get just a crap load of value out of Elite Specialist. The Wasps will eventually get turned around on over here, but the damage is going to be done. Now the building's down, they're suddenly trading very, very nicely into everything on this side. Numbers not really on this. Ah, a few of the Wasps actually break off. Kind of just screwing around on the job, man. Like a lot of crap live on Craig's back left flank over there. Not completely ideal. The big boy Phoenixes do get to connect on the Rhino just for now. And so it looks like things at least are going to get slowed down for a round. Craig's going to get a little bit of room to breathe here. Which, by the way, I just want to point out as well, Craig playing quick supply here. Quick supply special, like, you kind of want to be winning the first couple rounds just for free. The fact that it's took him until round 3 to pull this back. Kind of just propping up how good of an opener that Cast has got in this game. But Craig strikes back, man. He ain't playing games neither. Oh my god. Rhino Salt. I mean, to be fair, Cast doesn't need that, right? Extended range Phoenix. I don't even know if you can... Ooh, Craig actually goes into extended range Phoenix. Okay, I didn't know if he could afford to do that, to be honest. Because it does reduce their attack by 20%, and they are attacking into blue Rhinos. I'm not sure how I feel about extended range Phoenix in this situation. Usually I love that tech, but Caster's going to go into laser sights after all. I'm guessing those are just going to go on the Wasps, because why not, you know? These are about to be rank 3 Wasps, very potentially. We also see the cell on the Stormcallers over here. So Caster's just all over the map right now. So another thing that you usually see here as well is that when one player is going just like Rhino aggro like this, Rhinos on all of the flanks. Oh no, it's already too late though, dude. Okay, so if one player is going like a ball of aggro Rhinos or like in one area of the map, Melting Point is like the obvious answer, right? But when there's this many scattered all over the place, Melting Points are just way too cumbersome to get the job done. And so what we're seeing Craig do here already, actually just now, is upgrade building health a little bit. Almost just conceding the fact that, you know what? There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to defend both of these towers. Another thing you can do as well is just pump like a lot of levels into one of the towers' health pool, and then focus on building your army on another side. That's totally another way that you can go about it as well. I'm a little bit surprised actually to not see Craig maybe go for something like just a Phoenix flank over here, and just get like a backstab on the building for a round. It could just buy him a little bit of time. We might see that player still come out yet. But okay, man, these flanks are just getting fatter and fatter with more and more blue crawlers coming out. And this rush is just strong, dude. The laser sights did go on the Wasps. Levels did not go into the Wasps, however. Which I'm a bit surprised by, to be honest. But okay, man. These Wasps kill off both these Phoenixes. Yeah, that's bad news for Craig, man. That's just bad news for Craig. The Rhino rush is already at a point where it feels a little bit unstoppable. I wonder as well, because another thing that these like Rhino aggro players will do is sometimes combo up the Rhinos with Overlords. Which is better, of course, with Overlord artillery, but since that's been nerfed, it can still work with launcher overloads, or even photon emission overloads, and you can just rush from tower to tower and just kind of keep your opponent guessing that way. Yeah, Overlord Rhino is kind of devastating to deal with. To the point where it's almost impossible to deal with, actually. Like, what, the only way is to maybe, like, get, like, an oil drop to slow them down, and then, like, a multi-target melting point with, like, a laser sights or something. But yeah, we talk about super late game at that point. Okay, and Craig doesn't have that time to play with. He's going to go into the Wraith. He's up against a lot of blue crawlers, man, so I don't think I mind this too much. He's going to invest in yet more building health, actually on both sides. Wraiths also on both sides, with range coming out. Think I love that. Also has the option of going to Generation Beam as well, which could slow down the Rhinos quite a bit. Maybe if we went like a Wraith here and a Wraith here as well, with Degen Aura. That could be a very, very solid way to slow them down. They will eventually kind of run into a bit of a brick wall if the Overlords do come down, like we are perhaps expecting. Meanwhile, Cass going into the Farseer. I mean, I like it. Dude, I don't dislike it, actually. I think Farseer is my favorite unit in the game by not a small amount. I love how versatile this unit is, dude. Like, oh my god, it can do a little bit of everything. It's so strong in the mid-game. The Electromag only costing 100 supply is so good as well. It's like you have like 2 or 3 Farseers across the map. 100 supply for Electromag Farseers? What are we talking about here, man? That's so good. Look at this bowl, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, this ball is incredible, dude. I mean, it's devastatingly tough to stop on a round 5. Devastatingly tough to stop. And yeah, even if we were to have like we'd have to have like a melting point, what, behind a tower or something? At this point? Oh god. Okay. So the rush is well and truly on. The Rhinos are battered and bruised, but they're still getting the job done. And because they're blue Rhinos, dude, next time I play Elite Specialist, this strategy is going down, man. I'm going aggressive as hell. I never pick Elite Specialist. Ever, actually. But I will have to see this. Cass just inspired me to be that guy. Okay, can this Phoenix just one-shot the Farseer? Not even close. Phoenix was half dead, Farseer was full health. Okay. Got it. Let's speed things up. Okay, so the pressure begins to mount here. Crag already potentially in death range, to be honest. If these aggro rounds kind of spiral out of control here. Improved firepower control could be really, really good on one of the Wraiths for Crag. He's going to sell something off. I didn't even see what it was. I noticed that Cass takes a lot longer selecting his units. Oh my god. Wraiths just with straight up charged shots. So super short range Wraiths. I think I like that, man. I think I like that. They will make very, very short work of the Rhinos now. Basically 4 shots to kill 1 blue Rhino from these Wraiths. Which is pretty good. God. This is the problem, man. When you're against such Rhino aggro like this, you're always guessing as the defending player. And ooh, here we go, man. Here we go. So the good old counter punch is coming in. And this is something that I always encourage newer players to do. Newer players, I think, are especially susceptible to just getting stuck on the defensive. And they never throw, like, a counter right hook. You know what I'm saying? They never kind of switch. Oh my god, is that Farseer actually going to turn around? Oh, I hope that Crag sees that. I hope that Crag sees that, man. He could place, like, another pack of fangs, like, right here or something. And that would probably aggro the Farseer instead. I wonder if these guys were just a little bit further back. Maybe they wouldn't get aggroed. Oh, god. So the Farseer is actually going to get to shoot this down. Damn, dude. Oh, yo. But anyways, it is a good concept for new players to get on board with, right? Is that you don't want to get stuck too much on the defensive. Think of ways that you can just kill your opponent's tower. Think of gaps that they're leaving on the flanks or otherwise. Because if they're going this aggressive, usually they're leaving some kind of gap that you can exploit. But here we go. Once again, man. Most Rhinos actually all Rhinos go down on the far left side with just the insane firepower of the Phoenixes. There we go, dude. Alright. The chat shot Phoenix is actually getting way more done than I thought they would. It's not just going to be a hold. It's going to be quite an emphatic hold. So long as this Farseer goes down before killing the Phoenix. Oh god, okay. It's going to also kill off the Wraith. God damn it. Okay. Well, it could have been much, much more emphatic than it turned out to be, but there you do go. It's going to be enough. Okay. Lovely. Very nice, man. So the UFOs for the chaff clear just open up the way for the Phoenixes to get the job done. Quite like it, man. Let's surprised not to see Battleship come out for Craig, to be honest. Potentially just go for like a crazy backstab. Then again, the Farsees will probably deal with it, right? Goes for Portable Shield instead, which I've got to assume is going to be on one of the UFOs. It is. Goes on the Blue Wraith, fair enough. Cast, let's stick around and see what he actually chooses to pick up here. Portable Shield is like a nice cheap economy. Well, not that much of an economy option, actually. But he's going to go for it. Smack on one of the Rhinos. I wonder if he like level the Rhino and put it on maybe. Or if it's just going to go on one of the frontliners. And look at this, man. Cass is going to stick with this flank. Why is this Farseer now attacking these Fangs? Like, nothing has changed over here, dude. What the hell, man? Okay. More building health coming out for Craig. I think this is just genuinely a good strategy as well, by the way. Yeah, I mean, if you can't defend something and you feel like, you know what, even when I win a round, my towers are still dying, I might as well just assume that the towers are going to go down and just try and dampen that blow. So yeah, a hell of a lot of supplies gone into the towers here in the round 7 of this game. Armor now comes out on the Rhinos as well, making it so that really only the Phoenix is doing any kind of impactful damage. Looks like the Wasps are going to go ahead over here and take care of this. But alright. Here we go, man. Oh, this guy's dragged by a mobile beacon this fast here. Perhaps that's why I just didn't aggro over here. Okay. Oh my god, look at the damage from the Phoenixes, bro. The increased firepower Phoenixes are no joke, man. They are no joke at all. They almost 2-tap the Rhinos, man, at rank 3, these Phoenixes, so they're doing an incredible job. Problem is that even if we do go ahead and turn this round around and kind of hold firm-ish on this left side, which is doing a pretty good job over here with the Wraith, we've only got some dregs left alive over here on the right side. This building is basically doomed to die as well. But not before, perhaps, the Phoenixes pick up both the Rhinos? Not quite, not quite. Oh, god damn it. Okay, here comes the big boy to take care of business. The big man Farseer. Oh, which now has Electromag as well, by the way. Wow, very even round. Okay, man. So I do wonder now if potentially Crag is considering the old option of just the multi-target melting points, like one behind each tower, nice and safe. Just let the Rhinos hit the tower. The building debuff is going to last like 2 seconds anyway. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? I wonder if that's becoming a... Oh, never mind. He's just invested double max level upgrades on both of the buildings. Both buildings now being taken up to a rank 5. Okay. Big potential plays for Crag, I guess. Could go into Portable Shield on the Fangs to slow things down here by quite a bit. Goes range on the Phoenixes, keep them a wee bit safer from the Farseers. Fair enough. To be honest, screw the melting points. I think at this point, if you're going to invest this much into the Phoenixes, look at all these levels, dude. These guys are getting a lot of work done. The only way that Crag loses this now, right, is if he gets overwhelmed by chaff. He still does only have, what, a couple of Arclights? Arclight is gone from this side, so 2 Arclights and 2 Wraiths is chaff clear at this point. I'm pretty sure that the only way this starts to go south for Crag now is if the chaff starts to get overwhelming. Mustangs coming down. Not exactly the kind of chaff that are going to protect the Rhinos, of course. Going into range, even less so. Range of the Stangs will, of course, clean up the Phoenixes here. But the Phoenixes with plus range, they should be safe enough to get most of the Rhinos dead still, at least. Ooh, look at Cass with some indecision here, man. Decides in the end, okay, just last second, to switcheroo his Rhinos to the right side. Isn't that reassuring, man? Even like the top 100 plays in the game can still be indecisive sometimes and still panic a little bit towards the end of a round. I kind of love that. Makes me feel less terrible about myself. What can I say? Okay, so a Rhino amalgamation, all going to collide on the far right building just now, leaving these Phoenixes with nothing really of import to hit over here on the left side. And so that's the advantage of having, like, centrally placed Rhinos, I guess, if you're playing the Rhino Rush strategy. Place them around the middle-ish of the map, and you can easily kind of switch things up and ball them up on one side if they're kind of struggling to get the job done. And here we go, man. Building debuff might not have lasted very long, but it lasted long enough. And now with enough Stangs left on the field, they are going to win the little poke battle right at the end. Not a devastating loss for Crag, but it does just mount up the pressure a wee bit. Little bit more than a tickle of damage. I'd call that just a little smibble of damage. There's a new word for you, man. Just made it up. Okay, man. New unit drop. Sandworms, Overlords come out for cast. Okay, man. And he is also running Photon Emission on these Overlords. The Phoenixes are doing so much damage that it'll be interesting to see how effective the Photon Emission is. He might just go Launcher Overlords instead, and use them to just very, very quickly take out the Phoenixes and the Wraiths. Crag actually going into the Sandwebs, of all things. Is he just selling those off, or is he actually keeping? Looks like one has been sold, unless we've got some flank action, which we haven't. Okay. So probably just sold one of those off. I don't see the other one. Ooh, look at this, dude. Okay, so the double Vulcan drop with Incendiary Bomb and Sticky Oil Bomb on the Vulcans right on the front line. Oh my god, dude. So these Vulcans are going to die instantly. But what they are going to do is just leave a little lake of fire on either side with Incendiary and Sticky Oil. It's going to be quite the puddle. Well, beyond a puddle. It is, in fact, going to be a lake. And all that's going to do is just clear off as many of the following Stangs and the Crawlers as possible before they get into range of the Phoenixes. And so all... Oh, God. Okay, so the Overlords do come out. Will we see Photon Emission or Launcher Overlord from Cast is now the question. What route does he want to go here? Electromag also coming out from Cast on this side. The Vulcan should still get his Fire Sprayer off. Let's see how effective these Vulcans are, dude. Because they are actually just... I can't say what they are on YouTube, actually. Begins with an S, ends in a bombers. Okay, that's what they are. Let's see how effective... Oh my god, dude. Look at that, dude. That's pretty good. I mean, it's a very, very expensive living bomb, let's call them. But they've done the job. There's like no chaff protecting any of these Rhinos now on this far side. By the way, it was Launcher Overlord that Cast goes into on the Overlord. So their rate of fire is pretty impressive. Building debuff is not going to last very long. If anything at all, to be honest. Somehow the Vulcan actually lived on this bottom left, by the way. Ooh. Those Phoenixes, dude. The firepower on these Phoenixes is really, really impressive, honestly. Really, really impressive. Actually, it's just like a full hold. Because the Vulcan lives on just a tickle of health over here. A smibble of health. Cat's actually taken an extra 350 damage there that he otherwise wouldn't have taken. Advanced targeting not really needed. Crag, he knows his strength right now, dude. Goes straight into the Incendiary Bomb. Dude, we're going to see like an oil bomb here as well. I'd be anxious as hell to win this game, man. I think I'd buy the oil too. Oh my god, he does. He does, dude. Just get the oil on field, just slam it anywhere, man. Just like drop it right here or something. He's even putting it on his own side of the map, dude. Crag just doesn't care. He knows he's just got to cap at the battlefield in fire. And just leave all of these super aggressive carry units very, very exposed to the Phoenixes at the back. I like it, man. I think that's great. Cass actually goes into the Ion Blast, by the way. So it'll be interesting to see what plays come out from that. Might be able to pick up multiple high-level Phoenixes here. Off at the back. The other Sandworm just got sold as well by Craig. Look at this, dude. Oh my god. It's like Cass knows that something terrible is about to happen. The man just knows. He's like, oh, for God's sake, bro. There's the Incendiary Bomb. The Vulcans were very, very effective this last round as well. How does Cass even stop this? Could he just spam the crap out of missile interceptors? Like, here, and here. And just maybe hope to God that Crag didn't go Incendiary Bomb? And just try and shoot down all of the missiles from the Vulcan. I don't even know if they'd be able to shoot them down in time. It's point blank range. Well, here we go, man. Ooh. The Degeneration Aura also coming out over here, man. absolute lake of fire. Strafe and Shuffle and Vulcan King in the middle over here is eventually going to go down. But you know what, man? The damage is done. A lot of the stangs are going to stop short of the fire just over here as well. Ooh, there's no phoenixes left alive on this right side now. So the Iron Blast actually getting done what it has to get done. But is there even enough firepower left for Cast to take this? Even if he cracks the building and kills off this high-level Wraith over here with the portable shield. There's just a lot of stuff, a lot of hard-hitting stuff still left alive on Craig's left flank as well. They're going to take the building trade over here. That is going to turn things into the favor pretty heavily of the Wraith on this side. And it's probably just going to go ahead and man-fight what would otherwise be its counter in the Overlord. Not enough to take the win just yet, though. But look at this, man. Look at that, dude. This just shows how important winning the chaff battle is, to be honest. A lot of people get carried away with trying to, like, counter the rhinos, you know. Oh, we need melting points, we need hackers, blah, 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 you know. That can all be great. But if you're not getting the crawlers dead, if you're not getting the mustangs dead, you're going to have a big problem on your hands with actually just getting to target acquire the rhinos in the first place. Craig, understanding the mission, goes ahead, picks up steel balls, grabs range on these suckers. They're going to help out quite a bit, man. That's lovely. Ooh. And it's melting points coming out from Cast in the end. Really? The laser sights going onto the melting point, the cell on the wasps. He says 2,000 supply Cast, by the way. So he can still get quite a lot done here. Range in the melting point is basically a certainty at this point. He's got to have it outrange the Wraiths and the Phoenixes. If he's got any hope of actually pulling this off, right? He's going to go for a very, very cheeky kind of sidelong, I don't know, distraction strategy, I guess. By pulling his flanking rhinos and his crawlers away on this left side. But all in all, dude, I tell you what, man, the real highlight of this match is this Vulcan play, dude. Just this crazy frontline, guaranteed to die very, very quickly. Firebomb Vulcans. These guys are what it's all about, man. Okay, another melting point comes out. Here we go, man. Here we go. Dude, I just love it, man. It's like a free, just frontline wide incendiary bomb at the start of every single round against this specific strategy where the carry unit has melee range, or even very, very short range, like the Overlords. It just does such a good job, man. It's just filtering all of the chaff out. Yeah. So the melting point's doing the best to connect, but at the end of the day, now it's Cast that's got a little bit of a chaff problem over here, right? Just finally get to connect on the UFO, but only just momentarily before he eventually goes down. Melting point also drops. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, Rover's your dog, Felix is your cat. And that's how Craig defended against Cast's Giga Chad Rhinos that, let's be honest, dude, I feel like most people watching this video would have been dead by like round 6 if they were playing against Rhinos that got this good of a start, man. But, hell, maybe after watching this video, you won't. Again, that's one of the best things about watching these high MMR players, when you learn all kinds of little tricks, dude. Ooh, I'm going to go ahead and take charge shot at my Phoenixes, man. I feel like I've done nothing but play against aggro for the past day or two. Charge shot Phoenixes? I'm a believer, dude. I never really liked this tech. I always go Elite Marksman instead if I want to play like carry-style Phoenixes, but I see the utility in this for defending against aggro, man. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. And yeah, if you've got a crazy game of your own that you want to have featured all up and on the channel that people can learn from, oh, that's just an insane game with a dumb strategy that you want to share, then make sure to pop it in the official Mechabellum Discord in the Share Your Replay channel. And as always, that Discord is linked down below in the pinned comment and in the video description. Alright, thanks guys, and we're going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.